Okay, so we're now moving on to the frigate and destroyer class ships of the mini kits. And I've already started to work on the little bases here. This is the one that you can do one way or the other, according to the manual that you see here. Go one way and go the other way. I also noticed these parts here, which I'm assuming if you cut holes on this box, I don't know if it's this box or this one, you can set it up as like the ships are flying into space. But of course the star field is only covered up by the image of the ships themselves. So that kind of defeats the purpose for that. But let's begin the preparations for this. Get this squared away right now. I'm going to give a shout out to Model Man John, and he just pointed out an interesting fact. He says that the destroyer and frigates are just about the scale of 1/700 scale. So if I had the 1/700 scale Yamato kit, which there is a version of that, these guys will fit the, will be close to it. I know that there's a ship of the line picture somewhere. I saw it online one time. It's a long time ago, referencing the old Yamato, the classic Yamato with all of its ships of the line, but I can't seem to find it. There is a photograph of the new Yamato and all the ships from the 2199 series, but there's none for the classic ones. I can't seem to find it. It's very hard to find. I try to find it under Cosmo DNA. It's a dedicated website for all things Space Battleship Yamato, but there's so much information there I can't seem to find it. I mean, there's descriptions of each ship and all that stuff, but not like a side-by-side comparison of all the ships. I know there's another site that does this as well, that they do some line art, but it's not the most how can I say it? Not the most well organized website that reference, that series. These all parts represent, of course, the frigate. And now I'm going to take apart all these for the destroyer. So we gotta make sure I gotta clean them up. First, I'm just going to remove them from this. I almost lost the part, but I was able to find it. I've always liked the spaceships from this series, but I have to say I've also liked spaceships from other anime series as well. Southern Cross, which was the third season of Robotech here in the States, had some great ship designs there. Mospeda also had some great ship designs. What's another? Obviously, Captain Harlock. Harlock had some. Well, it was mostly the enemy ships were cool. All the I forgot. There was a model kit of one of the ships that Harlock used when he returned to Earth, and I had a model kit of that, and unfortunately it got destroyed during the move. I hope with now everybody rebuilding old kits, pulling out all the stops and redoing all the ships, of course, from the series, we may see. I would like to see that version of the ship made and rebuilt. So yeah, these are the little leftover parts there, as you can see, which pretty much I'm not going to be using. I'm going to be cleaning up all these parts here. Now, I finished up the Space Battleship Yamato, as you can see here, with the little wings. And I have enough slack here to put the battery pack in. Now I went to the dollar store and I found CR23s, which is a little thicker. Let me test it out. This cost me $1 a battery, so it's $5. And I'm kind of like now regretting it because it's very, very thick. I should have purchased a little thinner version of it. But I can always jury rig the base to be a little taller. Let's make sure this battery is actually good. There's the positive. And there's the negative. Yep. Nice and powerful. Nice. Good. So I did buy some battery packs so I can actually glue them on there. I guess I'm going to have to raise the stand a little bit so that way I can put the battery pack under there. It's one of those little snap things. You just snap the battery in and it turns on. So I'm going to find something to... this will be permanently glued on. I'm keeping it loosey-goosey, so for painting purposes. But I'm gonna... I thought I had something to wrap this around, because this is... I don't want to keep it like this. I can probably... like I said, I was thinking of making some sort of thing to go there. I'll figure it out soon enough. But now let me just begin to remove. And of course these things are the worst. The worst because if you put these two together, actually we're going to do this right now. Remember, this is an old kit, so the quality of this, even though are good, it's not 100% perfect. That's what you got to deal with older kits now these days. There's a seam line that goes in all the way through, as you can see. Use this thing here to squeeze it in. Squeeze it in a little further there, so that way it bleeds in a bit. There we go. I don't have another one of I thought I had another one of this, but I can't seem to find it. Let me do the other one. I may have to glue it. I do have this, but these are not the best. I'm going to try it anyway. Let me just... I'm starting to watch 2202. I left off at, I believe, episode 6. So I'm now I'm up to now 4. And we'll go into 5 soon enough. And then hopefully I'll begin with, you know, what I missed. So I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to actually put glue in there, because that will bleed in. I'm going to squeeze in. There's no peg holes there, but it should. There we go. Just squeeze it enough for it to bleed out. I see. As you can see, the seam line there is off a bit. So no matter how how well you readjust it a bit, I'm still gonna have to use this to sand it. To dig in the grooves. It's gonna be messy, but for a dated kit, what are you gonna do? So let me just grab that. I think I can do this. No, as you can see, I can't. It's maybe I can do this. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Alright, let me let it dry, and then we'll continue on. There's this little part here that goes. Oops. Let me just. Let me glue this on first. Be a lot easier that way. Let me make sure. I think it goes in right, but I just want to make sure this thing. Yeah, alright, there we go. Once it dries, I'll sand that part down. If I was slick, which I'm not, I could have easily put a 3mm bulb there. Well, no, I would cut this part. There is a styrene sheet that's clear. Put the styrene, make a hole of the styrene, a circle disc. Put it in between, you know, where the flat surface is on this. Then I would glue it on like normal, but then probably make this a little smaller, or maybe put like a little break there, like an extra piece to stick out, so it bleeds, the light bleeds out, and then that way when I turn it on, it'll show the illumination of the thrusters. That would have been nice, but no, I'm not doing that. Let's get these. Let's get these turrets done. To admit, the turrets are really good detail as well here. I think we're good, everybody. Just want to make double check. Yeah, this one right here. Now we gotta get the little ones here. These little. I can't tell if these are like beam cannons, like forward firing beam cannons, or torpedoes. I hate to admit this, but I'm going to say this. I barely remember second season Comet Empire from the original space battleship Yamato. We got everything. I'm gonna put the weaponry on, the guns on first. Hey. Ah. Oh, there you are. There is one turret that's in an angle. There it is. And we have the other one here. I think what I like more about these ships is that these were one of the few ships that actually have turrets under the ship, not above it, like the Yamato, like the Andromeda, and like the EDF battleship. So that actually looks nice. There is a little bit of a guide there, so you just got to get it right. Here. And a little drop is all required. Whoops. I gotta use my fingers, unfortunately. Plus I've got to look around, and there's usually a... Alright, that's good. I wonder if we're going to be seeing more updated versions of these types of ships in the new series. It would be nice to see new model kits of this. Updated versions, you know, 1/1000 scale. Make sure that I pushed it all the way back, so let's make sure it's there. Here we go. Alright. Let's do the back. These guys. It's so satisfying to put this on. I can't believe it. Here we go. Here we go. I remembered a long time ago somebody posted a picture of these kits, these little mini kits, and I guess somebody bought a ton of them. I mean, a lot of these little ship kits. And the table that this person had was littered with these ships. it was like, you know, obviously the Yamato, a couple of Andromedas, a lot of the battleships, and over 20 or 30 of these. I cannot remember the exact amount. And then that was like, you know, making his little armada fleet right there. And I think that's like the ultimate dream many people like to have, like a display of ships, of armada ships, show, you know, in formation. All right, let's do these two guys. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna put you here because I don't want to. Like that. And I need these two. I need to check if there's any. Yeah. So I gotta sand that little nub off. Let's grab the other one. The other one. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Alright, so this one we can actually put a heft amount there. That's one. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. This thing's a little... The peg is a little thicker. Let me just see if I can cut it off a bit. If not, let's... Hold on. There's flash around the peg, so you gotta like clean it off. I'm using the knife, the hobby knife, to do that. Ah. It should be fine. Yep. Oh, the alignment. There we go. And I guess the last thing would be this little top part right here. Go like that. There we go. The last part is this. I'm gonna put you like, let me put this way for now. Because I did forget to sand off some parts here. By the way, this is actually a 1/400 grit sanding stick, but it's now starting to lose its strength. So you gotta also remember that when you use the same sanding product, you could say, it will always like lose its strength, you know, after a certain period of time. So you would say that a 1/400 could go down to 1/600. Sorry, I'm saying 1/400. A 400 grit can go down to a 600 grit, and then as you continue, it'll go down to 800, and then it'll smooth out to the point where you can barely even use it. And that's kind of like a given to everything else. All right, there we go. This is done. All right, what do you think of that? Oh, but this thing is a little up. Let me just bring it up a bit. Check that out. I think I'm going to have to zoom out a bit so you guys can see it. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to zoom. There we go. Much better now. Look at that. That's a nice ship. I wish there was a bigger version of this. I think there is from the old classic, but I think we definitely need a new one.